See, so here's how it goes.
In French.
Sports cars, car seats, kids, talents, and flunkies. I think that's the show.
I think that'll take you. The show's over in a couple hours, though.
We got it all.
We can't possibly get to all of that.
Here is, I don't want to take that one. Here's Lonnie. Hi, Lonnie.
Hey, you guys. How's it going?
Good.
Excellent.
We got a show with everything today.
Oh,
You know,
kidding?
there's so many choices.
I know.
It's wonderful. It's like going from a mini mart to a supermarket.
We
You
are
can
your-
get it all.
Very nice.
We are your subject smorgasbord, if you will.
Right. What do you got for us, Lonnie?
Well, first of all, I just want to tell you guys are awesome. I listen to you every day on my drive to work. Usually a lot earlier in this, but I actually overslept. How great is that?
Oh,
But
Lonnie.
anyways,
Yes.
the reason for my call, I just wanted to tell Danny, hey, you know what? I'm all for education. Education's great, but you know what? It's not everything, and not everybody learns at the same speed. You know, a lot of different people learn at a different speed, and you know what? Everybody's got talents. And you know what? Isabella's talents are going to come out. You were just talking about her singing.
Right.
And
Like the
that's a
Chipmunks.
great one.
No,
She can put you in the big house, buddy.
Isabella, I've been in the big house. It's not that great. Isabella
No, not that big house. I mean, like the big rich house.
Oh, I
you know?
thought you meant the cavity search big house.
No.
Okay,
And
so
the
let me
other-
tell you this. My daughter has plenty of talents. I am concerned that I went and to try and be that prideful dad, that I
Right.
put my daughter in a situation that she can't keep up with. She is the youngest girl in her class, and also they don't speak English very often. Isabella is the only one where she doesn't speak any French.
That's good.
And it's
That's,
supposed
I
to
don't
be
know.
total immersion, and it's supposed to work, but it's not working out.
Jack, question. What's his bumper sticker going to read? You know,
My daughter doesn't speak two languages.
yeah.
My daughter doesn't speak French so well.
My
And, the
kid
other
failed.
thing-
I don't know.
My kid failed French class, but she can sing like the chipmunk.
Right. Very nice.
Big ass bumper sticker. Well, thank you very much, Lonnie. I appreciate it.
I had one more thing to say.
Oh, go ahead.
Real quickly. And the other thing I was going to say, as far as education, you know, some of the brightest inventors and people have changed our lives forever and
Are
changed
stupid.
the world.
Don't tell me.
No,
Are you
they
going to tell me
didn't
that?
even finish high school. Nikolai Tesla is a perfect example. Everybody recognizes Edison more so than Tesla, but the reality is that most of what we use runs on the alternator,
Right, and there's Tesla.
which he invented.
Tesla, compared to Einstein, also never had a bad 80s rock band named after him. They're one of my favorites.
You know what? I really like your angles
Thank you.
today.
Thank you very much.
I think they're good.
Yeah, Tesla, one of my least favorite bands.
Actually, they had one good song. What? Don't know what you got till it's gone.
No, that's Joni Mitchell.
Oh.
Close. The Bay of Paradise, put up a parking lot. Joni
Ah,
Mitchell.
I don't remember what they sing, but I did see him in concert,
I'll bet.
and I had a black T-shirt that says Tesla.
There is a line in, I forget what movie it is, but Jeremy Piven goes up to a guy and says, "You're going to wear the T-shirt of the band you're actually going to see? Don't be that guy."
I know, we've all been that guy.
Don't
oh my
be that
God.
guy.
Here's Connie. Hi, Connie.
Hi, Jamie and Danny.
Hi, Connie.
I tell you guys you're great.
Thank you.
And I'm also calling about Isabella skipping kindergarten and putting her right into first grade.
Well, she didn't skip kindergarten. She did kindergarten and went into first grade very, very young.
Okay, I did the same thing with my daughter. And she struggled all the way through fifth grade, and I kept having conferences with the teacher, and I had her tested and everything to see, if she was keeping up to speed. And she'd bring homework home, and I could tell that she wasn't where she
Right.
should be for that grade level. And I kept going back to the teachers, "Oh, no, she's doing okay. She's a little bit behind, but she's doing okay." And it finally took me to get her to the fifth grade before it took the teachers, the student, the superintendent, and the parent all to agree to hold her back.
Isn't it weird, though? I mean, I thought you were going to have a really good story, but you didn't. Like where you find out that the kid is deaf or they're blind or something weird like that, and they've struggled all through school, and you're like, damn, he was just deaf.
Deaf and blind children, a far better story.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Where you find out there's an affliction, like they read backwards
See,
to forward.
This is where
Dyslexic.
This is where I got involved, and I feel kind of ashamed. I only got involved yesterday that I don't want my kid to suffer till the first grade. I want to recognize that I may have made a mistake as an overzealous parent and take what remedies it is, because she's not lying. Like, I was a kid, I don't want to go to school. The teacher hates me. I was just an ass.
Right.
She doesn't want to go to school because it is too hard. I put her ahead of where she should be at a young age in a school where they speak a foreign language. Yeah, very possibly. So I've got to rectify that.
And she's singing.
So I was like a chipmunk, no less. I was actually going to go to her school today. I forgot we're doing that game show. I was going to go to her school today right after the show and sit in the first grade and see what she's supposed to do and how she reacts to it.
Danny, as a first grader, the inside look.
Oh, man, she wouldn't even get to put a bumper sticker. My dad failed the first grade, too.
I know.
You know what? I got to tell you, one of the many reasons I love this job.
Yes.
They pay on time.
And it's also kind of like therapy.
But it's totally like therapy. I can find out any answer in the world, and people are calling up left and right with what I should do. And I appreciate that, because there are a lot of people that know more than I. But I think it's only fair that you know the depths of this problem.
We see the other side?
Yeah. So let's give Isabella a call. Isabella has taken to saying, I will not talk on the radio.
Okay, so
we have to
like I'm not
lie to my child. Now, do me a favor, don't bother to call up and say, hey, your problem stems from lying to your kid. I know that. Okay. So we're going to call up.
But you all do it.
Yeah, you know you do it. Oh, you're so pretty. You know, you do that.
Jack?
Kid. Yeah. Well, you don't have to dial, do you? Oh, you do?
This is going well, I think.
Why didn't we have this all worked out?
Oh, Jack got a dial tone. That's very nice on your part.
Yeah, do you know my number? I think
he's concentrating.
Okay. Oh, yeah, don't mess him up.
Yeah, don't mess him up.
Okay, you can pot it up now.
Mm-hmm.
We're sorry, the number you have reached is not in service.
What? Why?
I love it when that happens. I don't know why, and I know it's bad radio, but to me, it makes me laugh.
It does? So you're the one.
Yes, I am.
Okay, we'll try this one more time.
Just because of the panic on Jack's face, I wish you guys could all observe. It rang too fast. Yep. It rang too fast, Jack. No, it rang too fast. There's no way.
Right. Wait for it.
Do.
Yeah. Okay, I think that went well.
Yeah, well, Isabella had this to say.
Apparently, my daughter can grow up to be a radio producer. She doesn't have to even learn to speak English. Yeah.
What should we do here? Take a little phone call?
Sure.
Act like we have it all together, Danny? Sure. Here's Lanila or something. Liana.
Okay. Leanne?
Yes.
Okay,
Hi.
we took a shot.
Hi, guys. I love you guys.
Thank you. Hold on.
Thank you. Hold on. We'll try this again. My wife seems to be there. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, honey. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. We're doing a little thing here talking about, well, I brought up Isabella having some school problems, and everybody had, their 2 cents to put in. And I was thinking that, really, because you heard me yesterday, I felt that maybe I pushed her a little bit too hard. Mm-hmm. And that I am semi-responsible for this. But I thought we would chat with her this morning and let her tell us why she hates school.
But don't tell her she's on the radio.
Yeah, because she hates that now. So just tell her Daddy wants to talk to her.
Okay, I'm all the way upstairs because it's going to take me a minute to run down, okay? So hold on.
Yeah, no problem. We'll take some calls.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right. Because Lord knows we can't take one chance at calling you back, because that might not work for us.
Hey, did I tell you the huge mucky muck guy in town?
Yeah,
Okay.
you did. But I think he's going for the boy. They're very real.
Real is good.
Yeah, we're not all recorded and produced and stuff. He's going, that's a real show.
Right, because right now reality television is working.
Huge,
Yeah.
right.
Let's hope
and believe
reality
me, if we get through this, we are Survivor. So we can be huge.
Yeah, so hopefully reality radio is working out too. Yeah. Live and in action. See, most people cut all this stuff up in like a recording studio, and you guys don't hear any of this crap.
Right.
If
And
you-
now think how much better that show would be.
Because when you guys hear disc jockeys and you go, wow, they just called that person, they're right on the air, and it's all perfect, it's recorded. And
Well,
then
don't give away the secrets of other people that work hard. We just suck. Okay. See.
Hello, Daddy.
Hi, Boo. How are you, honey?
Dad.
Why are you bad?
Because I don't want to go to school at all.
Why do you hate school, honey?
Because it's too hard.
What's hard about it?
I can't do the work.
What part of the work can't you do? I'm going to cry. What kind of work can't you do, Angel?
I don't know.
Is it the French?
Yeah.
What?
It's the French.
You can't speak French?
No.
But I hear you speak French, honey.
I know.
Okay, listen, I want you to know that I think Daddy might have made a mistake here, and Daddy's going to come to your school, and Daddy's going to take care of all of this, okay?
Okay.
So you go to school today, and you do what you can do as best as you can do it, and know that I promise that I will take care of this, okay?
Okay.
Don't worry. I love you.
I love you, Daddy.
Hello?
Anybody else ready to open a vein?
It was sad. Oh my
Was
God.
that the saddest thing in the whole world?
You're a mean dad.
I'm a great dad.
No, you're
I'm the
mean.
dad who's going to come take care
Don't
of
make her
this.
go to that school today.
Pushing the kid.
Hi, Mom.
God,
Hi,
next you're going to
honey.
put her in pageants.
Mom.
Yes.
That
Why
kid
didn't you
hates
win?
school.
Yeah, I know. You know what? I explained to her this morning that most likely what will happen, that I want to give it another 2 weeks, and if it doesn't work out, we'll just put her in the kindergarten class.
So you don't want to just scream, hey, there are other kid geniuses that are in college right now.
No, I would not want to
Actually,
do that.
to be honest with you, yeah, that occurs to me every now and again. I go, what the hell's wrong with you? Speak French. The French do it, and they're stupid. Oh, sorry, Frenchies.
Oh, great.
Yeah. The French do it like cutting cheese, or whatever the French do, like watching Jerry Lewis and thinking he's all talented. I hate the French.
You know what you should do is send her away to, this is what my
okay,
husband...
sending her away is out.
My husband's ex-wife sent both of the boys, my stepkids, to Puerto Rico for a year each. And they came back, they knew
How old
Spanish.
were they?
They were like 5. And they
How did anybody live without their child for a year?
They sent them with their grandparents. Their grandparents live in Puerto Rico, and they lived there for a year.
There's a better chance of me cutting off my arm and sending it
I
to
thought
France.
it was a little rude, but both the parents were in medical school, so I think they wanted them gone.
Forget that part. I will, I'll get some Frenchie in the house if that helps.
Well, Isabella's been begging me to go to boarding school.
What?
Oh, man.
No, not Isabella. For Mom to go to boarding school.
No, Isabella said to me, please, Mom, send me to boarding school.
Send me away.
Does she not know what boarding school is?
I don't think she does.
She just heard
the
the
other day
word.
when she was giving me a huge problem, I'm like, I'm just going to send you to boarding school. And, not knowing she had any concept of that, now she keeps asking to go there.
The other day, what the other day was she saying to you about how she only wants to live with Daddy?
Oh, yeah. Yesterday, she hated my guts and did not want to live with me anymore, only you.
Oh, man.
I know, you pushing all the disciplinarian action off
That's
on
not
me.
true anymore, man. I'm the one working. I get up at 3 in the morning and I'm going right to that Frenchie school and straightening those people out.
You know what, though, honestly, and I just had stepkids, but sometimes do you look at them and go, okay, they're stupid. The youngest one,
No.
when he was really little,
Right.
he had Coach Schoonmaker was his coach, and we didn't know his first name or what he did for a living. So we said to Brian, what does Coach Schoonmaker do for a living? He said he makes scoons. We're like, no, that's not a job.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Was he the coach of their little league team or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I thought he was the coach of school. I'm going to go, well, I kind of got to guess what he does for a living.
No, it was Little League. And it's like, you just want to smack him going, I know you're 7, but hello.
So, Angel, I'm going to go straighten all that out, and we'll let her sit through the next couple weeks, seeing if she catches up. But if not, I'm not going to push this down her little baby throat.
No, you know what? It's going to be fine. We can keep
Well, she
her.
seems to have perked up a little bit.
Is she
We can
listening?
keep her in the same class because it's half kindergarten, half first. So it's going to be less traumatic because we don't have to move her to an entirely different class
Right.
away from her friends.
Will you tell her that Daddy just loves her, and I'll talk to her when I get home?
I will.
I'll see you, sweetheart. I
Okay,
love you.
you guys have
Oh,
a
by
good
the way,
morning.
how's little pocket baby?
Oh, good.
For those of you that don't know, Gretchen is pregnant, and it looks like we're going to have a little boy to torment.
Yesterday I opened the door and this guy was like, oh my God, I just saw you 2 weeks ago. What happened to you? I'm like,
Oh.
I know.
How about there's a human being growing inside me, ass?
I heard the worst thing. That lady that does our television.com, she said to her husband, I think I told you this, do I look pregnant? And he goes, no, you just look like a fat chick.
Well, I'm very vocal about being pregnant because I would rather die than have someone think I was fat.
I know. I thought that was so rude.
It's like, yes, I'm expecting in February.
You tell people that don't even want to know.
I know.
Yeah, she walks around a shirt, pregnant, not fat.
Baby with the arrow down.
Right. All right, I love you, Angel.
All right, you guys have a good morning.
You
See you,
too.
hon.
Bye. Oh, we love her. You know what?
That was...
That was sad.
Because I didn't expect to get that much out of her. I expected her to say, I don't want to go to school. Okay, I hate you. Bye. I didn't expect her to tell me her woes. I'm going to cry.
People are sad for you. People are weeping, Danny. There's not a dry eye in the place except for Jack, who wants a Craft-O-Matic adjustable bed, and I don't know why. He just keeps holding up the sign, I want a Craft-O-Matic adjustable bed.
I'm fairly sure I missed the setup to that somehow.
And it's a whole thing, Danny. To the phones.
To the phones.
Two different situations. Danny making us tear up, and Craft-O-Matic adjustable beds, yes or no? To the phones. Here's Tracy. Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Danny. First of all, I want to say thank you to you and Jamie for making our day so great.
Happy to do it.
I woke up this morning, and I have to admit I got really pissed listening to that whole racist BS crap.
Why were you pissed?
Because I thought it was absolutely asinine that she would say something as stupid as she didn't belong there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that was just ridiculous. Anybody of any race belongs anywhere as long as they're doing
She's a honky hater, Trace.
Total BS. But the other thing is, I mean, not that this has anything to do with anything, but today is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And you really, I have to say, restored my faith in parenting. Listening to that call with your daughter this morning, it really, really was absolutely incredible. And as coming from a place of someone who doesn't have great parents and is really trying to do it all myself, you and Gretchen are phenomenal.
Oh, Tracy, damn it. Didn't you cry?
Yes.
We were going for a cry. I thought we had a big boo-hoo.
You got it.
You know what? I want you to know that I got a little left over. Whatever your problems are, Daddy's going to come take care of it, Tracy.
Oh, good. Well, you know, that's it. I got this bright idea. As a matter of fact, I'm implementing tonight with some friends of mine because that's been a big issue of mine, not having good parenting. I'm going to implement a program that's going to act as a big brother or big sister, but it's going to be a mom. And my acronym will be Mothers of Many.
My mom,
Ooh, I like
my
that.
mom does that with Heidi.
Does she?
Yeah, she and Heidi write each other because Heidi doesn't have a mom, and my mom is Heidi's mom.
Is it? See, and that's what I want to do on a bigger scale, though, because...
But, Tracy, it was kind of creepy on Mother's Day. My mom called Heidi and said, we're so proud of you.
I think that's
And
sweet.
made her cry.
But that is because we need more mothers like yours, you know, because my mom didn't want to do it with her own kids, let alone somebody else.
Hey, Tracy, are you going to bleed soon?
I just finished.
Well, what kind of call is that with a girl? You either just finished or about to start or, you know, you're doing it now.
Also, I turned 33 today and I'm freaking out, you know? And by the way, I just got a divorce, Jamie, and you're going to be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can tell how happy Tracy is.
I know. It's the Happy Show.
Oh, thank you, Tracy.
I really love you guys.
Hey, actually, you know what? We're going to put you on hold and give you something for your birthday.
Cool.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Everything worked out great.
Here's Mary. Hi, Mary.
Hiya, Mary.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you guys?
We're good. What's up?
Well, I wanted to tell Danny, you need to pull her out of school.
Why?
My daughter's birthday was 3 days past the cutoff, and I was fighting to get her in, and my dad, who had been a teacher for 20 years, said, no, don't fight. Kids who are older in their classes tend to be better leaders and not followers. So I didn't fight, and she's 15 now. She's definitely got more initiative than a lot of her little friends, and I think you should pull her out. The other thing is that your kids should love school. When they start school, it's so exciting, and they come home every day showing you what they've accomplished.
Yeah,
and-
especially, you know what? At first, I rolled my eyes at you just
Yeah,
then,
so
Mary.
did I.
But I was thinking about first grade. Yeah, that first grade was awesome.
I hated first grade.
I loved it.
Thank God I had a
Totally.
job.
Oh.
She should be happy. You should pull her home for a year, cherish her for another year, and then send
She's
her off.
5.5. She'll be 6 in November. I don't know that we can pull her home and cherish her. Isn't that against the law?
Do they still get like milk and cookies at 10:15?
I don't know. I'm here at 10:15.
Oh, that was the best, and it tastes so good. That white milk. Oh, white milk. You know what? I just realized it was.
It also says homo on the cover. You can probably hate that too.
You know what I realized? It was 5 cents for white milk, 6 cents for chocolate.
Oh, conspiracy. So, but aren't there laws about taking a 5.5-year-old out of school and just letting her hang out and drink?
No, I mean I can't imagine there would be.
Yeah, something about if they're just implementing a new law. If kids miss more than like 30 days of school, it's a $5,000 fine.
Well, yeah, that's right. That's right. You know, but there is, and I only mentioned this in brief, and don't think that I've got some big plan and can support this argument. It's just something that crossed my mind. But I love having her around, and she doesn't
not
seem
a
to be doing all
play toy.
that. Yeah, she is. She really is. She can mush her head and squeeze her face.
She's
It's
not
bitching.
a plaything for you two.
Hey, you don't listen to that Talking Head song? I want to keep her up all night. But I was thinking about homeschooling.
You're that type of parent that when the little baby's sleeping, you wake it up.
No, I just
It might be the
stare
French
for the
thing.
longest time. It might be the French thing, but what I was thinking about homeschooling, but not for me or Gretchen because neither of us are qualified. I was thinking an actual school teacher, an actual teacher in the house would maybe get other kids from the neighborhood that
Well,
want
that's
to
what I was going to say. If you don't single her, I mean, how boring is that? She doesn't have any interaction with her little kids.
Well,
Yeah,
as many
she will remember this time. I mean, she should love it.
as many wonderful qualities as my daughter has, she is a total potato.
What does potato mean?
I mean, I came running home. I was supposed to write my book the other day, and I came running home to make sure that she would play outdoors before her first day of school, and I could not drag her away from Scooby-Doo and the Ghost Chasers.
You know, you do talk a lot about the TV you guys have been watching.
Mm-hmm.
When I was her age, TV was not allowed ever on. In the whole summer vacation,
Why'd you have one?
we couldn't turn it on the entire summer vacation. How much did that suck?
I would be screwed.
Yeah, but you know what? I know how to fish. I know how to...
But you know what? See, speaking of that, I use the TV as an educational tool. You know what I watched on TV last night, although did not comprehend it?
What?
How to use the Grumman GPS 48. Global Satellite Positioning System.
But how does that help Isabella?
That one didn't. That one, for that matter, didn't help me, but I thought it might, but I didn't understand it at all. What the hell's a waypoint?
The only time that TV was allowed to be on was when Kojak was on, and my sister and I had to go downstairs and play in the basement because it was too violent.
You know what? Now, I will show you that TV has been beneficial. And my daughter was watching VH1 the other night and turned to me and said, Daddy, why'd you go to jail?
Oh, see,
So you
there's
can
that.
learn a
Right.
lot from television.
Here's Tammy. Hi, Tammy.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Danny, I just have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Why is your daughter going to a French-speaking school?
Well, it's not a French-speaking school. It's called the French-American School because one of the main things that they do there is make sure you end up bilingual.
Is that important to you?
I
and
think that
Gretchen?
Spanish would be more helpful.
I think that the rest of the world speaks at least two languages. I think America is way far behind in that department. And yes, to answer your question point blank, it is very important to me that she speaks at least two languages.
Don't you think that Spanish would help her a lot more?
I agree with that.
I don't
but
understand. I'm not
why-
doing it for help.
Why so young?
Well, that is by, according to a lot of research, that's when they're supposed to learn a second language. It's at so young.
I understand that, but I mean, if she's already if you're putting her in school younger and she's going in learning this foreign language,
Tammy hates
she's
you.
probably totally intimidated.
She is, and that's why Daddy's going to go down there and take that. Daddy may have made a mistake here. Believe me, Tammy, I'm not trying to support this position of, look what I've done. I put her in young. She's going to speak French, damn it. I think I may have made an error here, and I'm going to remedy it.
It was like that day my dad forced me to take guitar lessons.
Actually, I think music's very important for a kid, too.
Don't you remember how your parents forced you into some particular... I mean, we all have that story of that one thing where our parents really wanted us to be a certain person. My dad wanted me to be a guitar player so bad.
What dad wants their kid to be a musician?
Oh, my parents really... I mean, I had to take piano lessons, which I liked piano lessons, but I had to take guitar lessons, and I had to take flute lessons, and I had to take all this... they wanted me to be an Osmond.
Well, you got the teeth for it.
I know. They thought, hey, we got the teeth. And, you know, it's funny because I remember hating the guitar. And it was so big. It was as big as my body. And just crying. And they're like, you'll go. So do you go, you'll go and learn this? Or do you do what you did and say, it's okay, you don't have to?
Well, I have not said you don't have to. I am going to definitely try another approach, whether it's hold her back or then say, no, you don't have to.
Jack, what was the one thing you were forced to do as a child? I know you have one.
Take Valium.
Play soccer.
Really?
Yeah, they wanted, because I was like a stay home and watch TV kid.
Uh-huh.
And they wanted me to do some sports, my parents, and they made me play soccer. And
You know,
I was fat and horrible, and I dreaded going. I used to hate going because I was the fat kid. I couldn't run. They'd make me run laps. I'd almost die. So that was the thing that I was forced to do.
You know what I got out of that, aside from the fact that Jack had a tormented childhood, which explains a lot?
Right.
How old I am.
Why?
Because no kid played soccer
We didn't
when I
have
was
soccer
growing up.
either.
Nobody ever heard of soccer.
But we were in the
when I was growing
Midwest,
up.
and that wasn't cool because it
Yeah.
was like a foreign thing. Here's Sandy. Hi, Sandy.
Hi there.
Hi there.
Actually, I was going to tell you the same thing the last caller did, but just to relate, my daughter is not inordinately inclined towards math, but she's really, really, really good at the arts. So we were lucky enough to get her into an actual art school.
Right.
But maybe Isabella's just not good at languages.
Maybe that's not her thing.
You know,
Right.
that part of
But
her brain.
That's
just
the
doesn't-
important. Don't you think that's the important part? What do we do if we only tell her to excel at things she's already good at?
Well, no, but that's what her thing is you find a child's talent and you expound upon that.
Right, Senator Chipmunk.
But also, right, you also find a child's weakness and help them improve on it.
Yeah, but some people just never get it.
Right. Well, she's 5. Let's not write her off, guys.
Sounds like she doesn't want to get it.
She doesn't want to get it, but that's there are
She has
tons
to have passion, Danny. She has no passion for French.
She's 5. She's got passion for dirt.
Well, so let her make mud pies.
She can be an archaeologist. See, I always look at the
I
bright
get
side.
you, Sandy.
88.7.
You know
What happened to you?
No, it's just funny to me how people's lives are so intertwined, but yet so different. This is a huge deal about Isabella and all the parents calling with their kids and should you force them early and instruments that are forced on your kids and all this stuff. Well, every time you leave during the commercials, Jack and I have a discussion about something because we can't really relate to this
Right.
because we don't have little children that are going into school and blah, blah, blah. So Jack and I had a whole discussion about waterbed technology and how he really believes that I'm right, that waterbeds will make a comeback, but the technology needs to be better because remember how many times that it was on the second floor and it burst and it ruined the entire home? And then we went on to talk about how apartments banned waterbeds. It was part of the
Right.
no pets, no waterbed things.
And then they came out with the waveless waterbed, which made no sense to me at all. Why don't you come out with that really dry water, too?
And then he said, Jamie, I've always, I didn't feel like I would fit in, but I've always wanted to order that Craft-O-Matic adjustable bed. And I said, oh my God, me too. And he said, but I didn't feel like I was old enough. So when I become like 70 years old, that's my big goal in life.
Nice to have goals,
I
Jack.
know. So that's what we've been discussing.
Well, fascinating. I think, we'll take a couple more calls on this and then the Craft-Matic adjustable bed.
Yes or no? Here's Kendra. Hi, Kendra.
Hi, you guys. Jamie, I was in Denver when you were in Denver, and I love you, but I'm calling about Isabella.
Yes?
Because my stepdaughter, who's 9 now, started kindergarten when she was 4.
Right.
And
Kendra?
it's always a struggle. It's always a struggle to start school, and especially first grade, because they're going all day. And I cannot tell you how wonderful my stepdaughter is now. She's
Did you hold her back or something? Is that what you're saying?
No, they didn't. We didn't hold her back. And she's actually so much better for it. And so what I'm really calling to say is, Danny, I think you need to keep her in school. Like Gretchen said a few minutes ago, try it for a few more weeks and see if she really adjusts.
Well,
Because
Kendra, the thing that I've said, and I'd like to make this clear, is that I don't have the answer. I said Daddy's going to make this right, and Daddy will. But Daddy doesn't know how yet. I'm not saying I'm pulling her out of school. I'm not saying I'm going to make her stay. I'm saying I'm going to figure out how to make this better for my daughter and do it. The problem is I don't know what that is yet.
well,
So if I listen to you right now, what I should do is make her stay. But if I listen to somebody else, at the end of the day, I'm going to have to make a decision what's right for my daughter, what makes her happiest, what makes her the best adjusted, and I'm going to do that.
of course. Well, but I guess what I'm saying is, whether it's this French school or not, she's got to stay in some kind of program because she's going to adjust.
Right.
First
All right,
grade is
I
an
know that.
adjustment for any child.
I just I don't think that a kid's childhood should be wasted being unhappy.
Oh, absolutely not.
I just wonder if anybody's ever died of swallowing an acrylic nail.
Is that what you did? I was wondering what the hell was wrong with you.
I'm trying to
Do you need to be Heimlich?
Give her the Heimlich. Come
All
on.
Heimlich. If you need to be Heimlich, I know how to do it.
No, like the corner of this acrylic nail just went down a windpipe. Wow, that can't be good.
No, but if you happen to get an itch in there, you're good. You're covered.
All right, I'm sorry. Hi, Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Hi, Jamie and Danny. I was calling about Isabella, and I was just wanted to let you know that you should hang in there with her, and if you and Gretchen speak French, even better, so you guys can help her. because my dad was
we tried
always
that.
forcing me to do things, and now I'm so much grateful for it because now I like those things.
See, Gretchen and I hired a French tutor, and we all sat down and took a French lesson together. And then nothing against this French tutor or the French or maybe this school or whatever, but the lady never showed up again.
Oh, what does
No,
that
of course-
say?
And you guys gave up. So now, see, you're setting the example that it's okay to give up.
Well, Carol, there's two different things, and I know what you're saying is that because I was forced to take piano lessons, but I think my parents saw that I liked it and I was capable of doing it.
Right.
So I stuck with it, and I love now that I can play the piano. But they also wanted me to take guitar lessons, and then I think that they saw how awkward and horrible, and I had no love for it at
Right.
all, so they didn't make me continue.
Right.
And I'm glad because I
Right.
still hate the guitar.
Me too.
So you know what I mean, Carol? I think you see if they have any kind of interest or, I mean, I hated practicing that little tick, 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 tick thing.
Right. But, you know, and I'm sure that your parents wanted the best for you with playing guitar, but I can see definitely more advantages in today's society in being bilingual, although I think music helps.
It's a very big benefit to be bilingual. And so I think you should try to stick with it and try as much as you can to help her with her homework and maybe speak to her in French.
I did her French homework with her last night.
Yeah, maybe make it a game. Like
I had to write down est and une 10 times each.
because don't you remember when that moment in life when you found out that you knew more than your parents? Maybe make it a game like Isabel has to teach you French.
Well, that'd be cool.
You know what I mean?
There was never a moment in my family where anybody knew more than my parents, but I will certainly try my best. That's a very good idea.
Well, like, for example, when my stepson knew more about computers than we did, he
Right.
was really into showing us and learning more and blah, blah,
Right.
blah. I don't know. And then he left, and my husband left me, and whatever. Anyway, here's Marla.
Hang on, I gotta get my headphones back on. My head snapped back. Hello, Marla.
Hi, how are you guys today?
We're good. What's up?
Well, Danny, I think it's great what you're saying. I think you need to get in there and take care of that. Because
I do.
I have a daughter that's 9 years old, and I really think she has dyslexia. And they're not listening to me. I'm saying test her, and it's like she and I both end up in tears every night doing our
See,
homework
that's that
together.
fun game where you find out they're either deaf or dyslexic. And you're like, see, I told you
I
guys.
know. I mean, she writes everything backwards. I mean, and they don't see this. I mean, I go in there and I talk to them, and they don't see this, and it's like really frustrating. And I just go in there and stand your ground, Danny. You can do it.
Well, I appreciate that's, like I said, I know that something went awry here. I just don't know how to fix it yet, but I do know that I will fix it.
Marla, I'm a little shocked that if she's writing backwards that nobody's bothering to test her.
They're not testing
Can
her.
you
And
test her? I mean, do you
Can't
know
you
where to
test her
take
right?
her?
Excuse me, Danny, what was that?
Can't you test her?
Can I test her myself?
Well, or take her to the doctor or take her to the ophthalmologist.
Well, I told them at the school that if they didn't test her for dyslexia, I was going to take her to our private physician and see what they suggested. Oh, well, we're going to test her. And I said, well, do it now. I
Right.
mean, go in there and tell them what you want and tell them you want it done now.
Because it's embarrassing for a child not to
It is.
understand.
All right,
Well,
I'm
and then
going to.
the other thing is I have a son that's 13,
Uh-huh.
or he'll be 13. He should have been held back in school 2 years ago because he was having struggles. But you know what they're worried about? They're worried about the psychological effect. But what happens when they get into high school?
Hey, Marla,
That's their problem.
maybe your kids are just stupid.
They follow after their mother, I think.
Doesn't that worry you?
It does. It scares me.
Like you desperatally want them to be
I
dyslexic?
think that worries every parent.
I hope they're dyslexic. I hope they are.
Yeah, really,
So-
don't be like me, please.
Your suggestion is that I walk in there and tell them what I want and make sure they do it. By the way, we've come up with a solution to my problem. I think my daughter should be bilingual. I think that helps her in almost any career path.
Right.
So either I'm going to send my wife and daughter to Paris for a year or get a really hot French nanny in one of those little French nanny suits.
Yeah, because that's how they come. I mean, let me explain. I mean, when you go, when you call for the nanny, they don't show up in an outfit, is what I'm saying. They don't come that way.
She will if she wants the job.
I didn't. Okay.
Because we're all going to learn to speak French in the Bondici house.
Yeah, but see, there's a problem with this thing. See, you do need to surround your child with people that speak French.
Right.
And So you were talking about sending them maybe to Paris. Now, my husband and his ex-wife sent their kids to Puerto Rico, my stepkids to Puerto Rico to live for a year. Because they were both in med school and the kids were like 5.
Right.
And so people are like, oh, you were both in med school. It was too tough, blah, blah, blah. Now the kids, they rock at Benihana's. I mean, they can talk to that chef like nobody.
Right, absolutely, because they speak Spanish.
Right. It's crazy at Benihana's. I'm like, oh, that's so awesome. Yeah. They asked to toss the shrimp in their hat in Spanish. The guy's like, oh, yeah.
That's the only trick the guy could do when we went to Benihana's the other day. He cut stuff slowly. Who cuts it up like slowly and puts a fork and saws back and forth? None of that.
And don't you hate it when they miss part of the vein but yet still fry it up? When they're deveining the backs of the shrimp.
I don't like that it needs to be deveined anyway.
But see, the problem with you sending your kid and your wife to France is you can't really say, oh, I was in med school, it was really tough. You'll just be saying, hey, I had to hang out on my boat. You know, see, there's not a thing.
I'm not too worried about social stigmatism. Look who you're talking to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget.
The worst thing people are ever going to accuse me of is sending my daughter to Paris. Sorry. Remember me? I'm the transvestite guy.
Oh,
sorry.
Stop. You're a different person now. Dorina, hi.
Hi.
Hiya.
Had a suggestion for Danny with Isabella.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, I was in the same situation. I moved overseas with my parents when I was 4.
Right.
And had to learn a new language. And we actually had like a play group with other of the local kids that spoke the language. And so we could learn it. And then my parents, we were all learning it together. And one day a week, we could not speak English in the house.
See, I like that. You know what I got to do? Maybe I need to rent an entire French family.
No, how about this? How about one day a week you don't have a beer? Hey, that's crazy.
That'd be
What about
easy.
taking
Don't
in
drink
a
beer.
foreign student? You could take in a foreign student.
Oh, that's
Or my
actually
nanny
not a
just-
bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
No, because when I was in high school, we had exchange students. I mean, we didn't as a family, but some of those kids went crazy and like committed crimes.
Oh, my nanny just moved to the States. If you want her, she speaks 3 languages.
What
Is she hot?
nationality is she?
Does she wear an outfit?
No.
What-
this is the kind that your wife would pick.
Oh, she's really ugly?
No.
My wife will only hire ugly women.
She's from Haiti.
What languages does she speak in
Nice
Haiti?
Haitian woman.
She speaks Creole, English, French, and she's learning Spanish
I
now.
think Creole is going to come in really handy. I should help her up the corporate ladder.
You would be surprised how handy it is. You meet people all over the place that speak it.
All right, well, Dorina?
Yeah.
We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
I'm trying to think of all the groovy places she could go. She could go to Paris. She could go to St. Martin. She could go to Martinique.
Or she could just hang out in the West Hills up there. Here's Maureen. Hi, Maureen.
Hi, Jamie. I just wanted to say that the comment you made about the 6-year-old not knowing she had to go back to school the next day, and that was really sad. I just wanted to tell Danny, he made a comment earlier about that you had so many topics going and so many games that you weren't going to have time to do them all today. I just wanted to clue him in that he's going to have to come back and do the show tomorrow, in case nobody told him. And
Okay.
Danny?
Yes, ma'am.
I know this firsthand because I'm a repeat caller. I've actually been on about 5 times. You may remember I'm the person that glued her tongue to the roof of her
Yes.
mouth with super glue.
We were talking about that just the other day, but the home doctor's gone bad.
Right. I was there. Home dentist gone bad. So I'm going to keep calling until Jamie gives me something pretty.
Maureen, we'll just put you on hold now and give you something
Yeah,
pretty.
let's get that out of the way.
Oh, my God. Hey, line 12, funny waterbed story.
Here we go. We're on our way.
Hi, Tammy.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, we're good.
This is a really funny story. And Danny, I wanted to tell you that, you know, your daughter problem, it'll be okay because all parents screw up their kids anyway, so it's no big
That's
deal.
true. That's very true.
Oh, my God. Wait, Tammy, before you continue with your funny waterbed story,
Which is going to rock.
it's funny because I was telling this woman, my yoga teacher, actually, I said, gosh, you know, I kind of feel guilty because my stepkids have gone through a divorce and now I'm going through a divorce with them too, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, you know, so many people say divorce screws up kids. But she's like, if divorce doesn't screw them up, something else will.
Absolutely. That's totally true.
And I said, you know, that's the truth, because I've mentioned this a million times. Dahmer's family totally stayed married, but who knew he was going to start eating people? Like, oh, yeah, nice human, yummy, woohoo. But my parents weren't divorced.
Do you know what his mother does?
What?
She's a psychologist.
Ooh, they're always loony. As promised, the phone call we've all been waiting for.
Funny waterbeds?
I have a title and everything.
Okay, great.
Waterbeds gone bad.
Wacky waterbeds?
Oh, that was better. Damn it, Danny. You always have to top me.
Dude, I'm just trying to help out your segment because it's going to be huge.
Yeah. Here's Tammy. Hi, Tammy.
Hi.
Hi. We promised you, and here you are.
All righty. About 8 years ago, we were sharing a house with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, and they were newlyweds then, and so they were, having sex all the time.
Right.
Anyway, they were... one night, all we heard was a whole bunch of racket going on, and the next morning she said they were having sex, and the side of the waterbed fell apart. It came apart, and the mattress rolled out onto the floor.
That's a visual.
Like one of those big willy things that you try and push and it shoots through your hands, the water wieners.
Yeah.
And they spent the next 30 minutes trying to push the mattress back into the bed.
I have something to admit. I just had a waterbed flashback. I will admit this. When I was in the 8th grade, I had a super single waterbed. And I admit that I took a pin and stuck it through the waterbed so I could use the patch kit.
I don't think you're alone there, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Okay, I feel better because I don't know why. Because it had the glue and it had the little pieces of vinyl.
Yeah, you had to do it.
I did. And it was exciting.
I had a waterbed when I was in high school, and I was living with this girl. I know my life is weird.
Yeah.
And her dad comes over, and it was like when waterbeds first came out, and he goes, "Hey, you got a waterbed? You like that?" And I didn't even think who I was talking to because I didn't think they were very good for sex. I couldn't get any traction.
Oh, you didn't say it.
So I go, "Well, they're okay for sleeping on, but they're not that good for... I gotta go." He totally knew what I meant, and he hated me anyway.
No.
But I never found them that good for sex. I found them good for romance, but the actual deed, I thought they kind of stung. And who wants to make weird sloshing noises when you're doing it? Because it just sounds like you're having sex right after you drank a beer but didn't eat.
Okay, but how many people raised your hand, took all the sheets off, and covered yourself in Wesson oil? Where are your hands?
That's so just you.
Travis and I took all the sheets off of his brother's waterbed, covered ourselves in Wesson oil and the bed. By the way, that's really stupid.
Yeah, don't you just slide up and end in the corners?
Yeah, but it was kind of fun.
I guess.
When Wesson oil has a lubricant. Ew.
Ew, all I can think of is Mrs. Brady all greased up in Wesson.
I'm sad that your hands weren't up. Crystal, hi.
Hey, what's going on?
Hi.
Ooh, Crystal, you don't sound that happy.
Hi.
Oh, no, I'm not.
What's the matter?
Look, I'm so mad right now. I'm so glad you're not in front of me, Jamie.
What'd Jamie do?
Oh, who knows?
Jamie, what is wrong with you? Why can't you just be a nice person? Why?
Crystal, what are the issues?
My issue is you calling somebody's kid stupid. What's up with that?
No, we were talking about hopefully there would be dyslexic. If you actually heard the mom, she said that she was hoping that the child would be dyslexic as well.
Well, you know what? I heard you say stupid. You don't like being called stupid, do you? I know.
Well, that's when you killed that Monkey Muck guy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay, I will apologize, Crystal. Does that make you feel better?
Wow.
No, because I think you're a real bitch. In other words, I mean, you're going to hang up on me for calling you that, but I really don't
Crystal,
care.
you have all the time in the world.
You know?
Take your time.
You know what? I don't care if your mom's the producer of the show either. It doesn't really bother me. I don't know how you got the job anyway. But
yes, Jack? Wait,
I've
hold
noticed
on.
something.
Yeah.
I think Crystal doesn't listen very well because she has a whole bunch of facts wrong.
You know what? I just don't like Jamie, period. The only reason I listen to the show is because of Danny.
Oh, right. You've called before, Crystal. You called last time.
It don't matter when I call.
Yeah, she
I
can
don't
remember.
I remember she was like our 9 o'clock, the end of the show caller.
Yeah, you called last
Why
time,
are
Crystal.
you so rude? I can't understand why you're so mean and rotten.
Crystal, I love
Why?
you. I love you, and Jesus loves you.
You know what? Jesus don't love you. I'm telling you.
Whoa.
You are. You're a bitch, and you're mean. And
You
you're
already
rotten.
had your finger on the
and
button?
I wish
You're
you
so
would
smart.
change.
Okay,
Just change.
I'll change for you, Crystal, okay?
No, you need to change for
my God,
yourself.
nothing is better than good
Okay?
Okay, Crystal, she's gotten your point, and
I'm just pissed, man, because she's so mean. Why is she like that? I
don't
can't
look at me,
understand.
dude.
Oh,
And I don't think she... give me a second.
Why are you so damn mean? Why can't you be nice to people?
I will tell you this in all honesty, that I actually admire the way that Jamie is forthright. So there.
Oh, thanks, Dan.
Okay, a little respect for you just dropped.
Now, look, I got into your team for 1 second. I lose Crystal.
Well, Crystal, but you know what? You call about the same time every day, and so...
No, I don't. I do not call you every day. What do you think? I don't have a life?
Well, yeah,
right.
I think you have a great life.
I'm just
She's one
angry
of those
with you
crazy
because
women.
you're just so mean and rude.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Why does she keep doing that? You can't say those words.
Well, you didn't see that coming a mile away?
Well, I wanted to give her a chance, you know. God, she's like a crazy woman.
I hope you don't kiss your mother with that mouth.
My mom's the producer of this show. Huh?
I don't know.
Hey, and she lost some respect for you. Well, with a mouth like that, doggone it all to hell. Hi, Rick.
Hi.
Funny waterbed story.
I even let her have all that time.
You really
This
did.
is such a good story, though, because listen.
Okay.
I've got a friend in the Air Force. I'm in the Air Force Reserves, and we were down for a drill weekend. And we told him about how to put the Wesson oil all over your body and, get in the bed and take all the sheets off and everything and how great fun it is, and everything.
Right.
So he comes back the next month, and he's got a black eye. And we asked this guy, we say, well, what in the heck happened to you? Why you got this black eye,
Mm-hmm.
And he tells us he and his wife decided to try it. And she was like 300 pounds or something like that.
Oh.
And she jumps on him while they're all looped up on this bed. And he squirts out from under her and hits the wall. Bam, right into the wall.
Oh, no. Oh. You know what that's like?
That's horrifying. That's what that's like.
No, it's like when you and your fat friend decide to teeter-totter.
And just hang up there till he gets up, and then you fall down and break your coccyx.
Yeah. Remember that? Oh, bummer. I always felt sorry for the heavy girl that wanted to teeter-totter.
I was the heavy boy.
Oh, and
I was the heavy kid on the teeter-totter.
We had a girl named Gail, and she was a great girl, and she always wanted to teeter-totter, but Michelle and I both had to be on one end.
Yeah, that's how it went with me. Both Chris and Tracy had to be on the other end of the totter for it to teeter.
Oh, isn't that sad? Here's Kelly. Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
Hi.
Hiya, Kelly.
I just want to say Crystal's stupid. If she doesn't like you, Jamie, she shouldn't listen.
No, but you know what? Crystal calls a lot, and so I don't know really how to deal with the crazy woman because she's a little crazy, honestly.
She's dead nuts.
You can tell she's really crazy.
And she doesn't get the show, and she doesn't listen to the show because she doesn't know that my mom isn't the producer of the show.
Well, that's all I wanted to say. I listened to you guys, and Jamie, I think you're absolutely hilarious, and I think it's great that you speak your mind. And Crystal's stupid. If she doesn't like you, she shouldn't listen.
But you know what, Kelly? Honestly, I mean, you have to give her 2 cents because I do slam people.
Right.
And I've
Absolutely.
said this from the
You said
beginning.
that yesterday. I thought that was a very good point.
You have to let them speak their mind because otherwise...
What is it? You dish it out, so you have to be able to take it.
Right. So, I mean, but...
I don't dish it out, so never say anything mean to me because I'll cry.
But the only thing that I don't like is I don't mind being slammed if somebody has a point and blah, blah, blah. But she's a little like...
Yeah, no, she did not have her facts together.
Like maybe sends me a bomb in the mail type. You know what I mean? That's the only thing.
Oh, put that in her head.
I don't open the mail. Here's John. Hi, John. John?
John
or Don?
Whoever you
are, yeah.
Okay, well, it's Don. I didn't know if you were talking to me. Hey, guys.
Hey.
You guys are wonderful. I listen to you guys every morning. But to get to the story, a long time ago, back in high school, I had a huge waterbed, and my girlfriend and I decided to strip all the sheets off and rub each other down with baby oil, and what a big mistake. You can't get any traction doing that.
No. And, but people do all these things all the time. You think are going to be so romantic, you know, and it never works out. Like the rose petals in the bed, we talked about this, it just sticks to your ass.
Okay, can I just tell you right now? Same girl in high school. It doesn't work to put her at the other end of a slip and slide and think that that's real funny.
And you're going to slide into her?
Just showed up. It doesn't have to be exact. It doesn't work.
Who does that? that.
Nobody twice.
You know, when I threw out there crazy waterbed stories, a wacky waterbed
Weekend.
White, I didn't know it'd be so damn popular.
Yeah, it's
My
huge.
God, to the phone.
To the phones.
Here's Donna. Hi, Donna.
Hi.
Hi.
That's not originally why I called, but as I was holding, when I was about 10 or so, I didn't do it because of the patch kit. I just poked holes in my parents' waterbed with a needle. Just to see what would happen.
See what if water would come out.
I know. Well, I remember them rolling the big blob out the door. And I didn't tell my mom until I was like 25 years old.
Oh, yeah, having a cat in a
Having
waterbed.
a cat in a waterbed, do not mix.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
But anyway, well, Danny, I just want to say I think you should hang in there for maybe a week or two because nobody ever made me stick with anything. Maybe that's why I poked holes in waterbeds.
Oh, Donna.
I'm a big loser. I don't have any talent. No, I'm
No,
just kidding.
Donna, we can find you talent. I'm taking piano lessons at 31.
I know. I have my kids starting to do that stuff, but see, my kids are half Mexican, and they've been around Spanish since the day they were born, and none of them speak Spanish. And I mean, maybe if we would do that thing where you speak only one day a week, in the house, only Spanish, because my husband, when he does only speak Spanish, they understand it. They just can't speak it. And my son started school when he was 4 also. And
you'll find it's awesome that my oldest son, Kevin, he had college credit in high school from Spanish.
Wow.
Well, why? Yeah, and I was going to say, why French? Why not Spanish? Why French? French people are so rude.
That's why, so she can tell them to eat me.
Yeah, that's true.
So I can say, is that French bastard being rude to me, honey? Tell him off.
See, there's that. Here's Marla. Hi, Marla. Marla.
Hi, Marla.
I'm back. Jamie, you didn't upset me with what you said. That girl's got to be wacko.
We've established that. We've established that she's whacked.
Oh, this is Marla, the woman who I called your kid stupid.
No, you called me stupid. But then I admitted it. Hey, I am brain dead sometimes.
No, Marla. You need to take a swim in.
Thank you.
Right. Well, Marla, I'm glad you weren't offended and they were your kids.
That's right. They're my kids, and sometimes I wonder.
Oh, my God. That's why I like
but
Marla.
I love them.
She's a nice kid, that Marla.
I know. All right. Hey, Marla.
Yes.
Did we give you something pretty last time?
No.
Oh, well, today's your
If we're
day.
going to call your kids stupid, the least we can do is give you something.
Oh, well, okay.
All right. Hold on, sister.